What's up, guys? Tyler GS. Yeah, now in this video I want to show you how to install your rear handbrake for your Grom or any stunt bike for that matter. I ordered my handbrake from Tactical Minds. It's a perfect stranger's design handbrake, and yeah, I'm going to show you how to install it. It's pretty easy. This is how it looks now. It's got a little beat up since I put it on. I actually ordered the Brembo 14 Master. This one's the Brembo 13 with the built-in res, but that built-in res just takes up a lot of space, so I'm going to throw the other one on eventually. But the video shows me installing this one, so it's basically the same for either. I got the Brembo P32 caliper on there. You can see the bleeder is really hard to get to. I've heard that the P34 is a little easier, so just keep that in mind, and yeah, enjoy the video.
So I just got the Brembo handbrake, and I'm going to prep it by oiling the pin, or greasing the pin, greasing the pads a little bit, and then we're going to install it. So here it goes. It took about a month for this all to arrive, which isn't terrible. I've heard people say 3 months. Get my clip back on there, and then we're done. Alright. Greased up, ready to go. Alright, so I already ran the brake line through the bike. It's pretty simple. You just follow the clutch lever. And I already mounted the bracket. Also pretty easy. You just slide these two pins out. The caliper just slides off of those two pins, and then you remove it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I'm going to install the Brembo caliper onto the bracket right there. It looks like it'll seat outside of, yep, right there. Should be pretty easy. And then I'm going to connect the line, the brake line, to the caliper, and then we'll get it bled. And I'm probably going to Loctite that. People said that they needed washers. I thought it would come with them, but maybe I don't need them, so I'm not too worried. Not going anymore. Alright, now that we got the brake line figured out, now we're going to put the banjo bolt on the brake line and connect that to the caliper. A little trick: you put the grease on the banjo bolt threads, almost like a thread lock, but not really. And what that does is it kind of stops the chances of it leaking out the brake fluid. So we're going to grease it up, and then we're going to put it in. So we'll put one washer on, then we're going to put it through, add the second washer, sandwich the brake line on there, and then hopefully it's a 14 mil, because if it's not a 14, then I'm going to go have to, oh, it is. I'm not going to go crazy on this. I'm just going to snug it up, and I'll come back to tighten it up. I don't know the torque setting, so I'm probably just going to snug it and then hand tighten. Yeah, by hand tightening it. So let's attach the master cylinder, and then we'll bleed the system. It'll be pretty simple. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to remove this, the horn, the turn signal horn. Just going to have to remove it for now and relocate it once everything's on there. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so here's the new setup. Brake lever here, clutch lever here. I don't know how that's going to feel, but I'll have to play with it as I go, because it's kind of pretty close to that. I don't really want to touching it and scraping it up, but it is what it is. and I'll just keep adjusting it until I like how it feels. So I'm going to tighten it all up, and then it's time to bleed the system. So whoever works at Brembo made life really hard. They put the bleeding valve too close to the banjo bolt, and they made it an 11mm socket. So I got to take the bracket off, and thankfully I had an 11mm wrench to do this with. But yeah, weird engineering on that. So we're taking off the Brembo. We're going to put it here to bleed it, and yeah, it should go smoother like this, but it's just a little bit of a hassle. And now what I'm going to do is zip tie the caliper to the tire so I can bleed it. It's the only way I can think to do it. Maybe there's a better way, but not right now. Alright. So hopefully now we can start bleeding. Let's do it. Topping off the fluid in the reservoir. I'm a Tool 600. And now I'm pumping the brake. Nothing coming out yet. Alright, let's just keep doing it until it comes out. Alright, we got fluid. Squeeze and hold. Alright. Good. Alright, so it's the next day, and what I did was I zip tied the brake lever as far as it can go. I did that so any remaining air in the system could get pushed to the top. So I heard that that's the best way to do it. I've done it on my MT-09 as well as the foot brake, and it seemed to work pretty good. So I went and tested out the bike last night, and the brake is super touchy, but after a few rides I think it'll break in, and it'll feel pretty good after that.